Hi, my friends. I was thinking of other things that you need to know, and I explained before. The so-called top secret thing that they I stumbled across. I believe is they've done so much study on brain waves. They've determined that the brain waves themselves, if they can be when they capture them and study them, they basically have the information in it that is contained within our brain, and or at least when it comes to sight. So if you see something, that brainwave can be somehow with a device they have. I'm not sure how they do this, but it's modified. They are able to recycle back through your system with a device, so that the people who experience this think that they're seeing through either someone else's eyes or someone is looking through their eyes. It's really a strange thing, and it happens. This is something that happens to folks, and they get driven insane and they driven to suicide, and it's very important to stop. And they do it top secretly, I guess, to torture people, enemies or whatnot, but they torture our own people too, and it needs to be made public. And I'm saying this to folks that when they contact their Congress people, listen, why am I not being reported? The stuff that we're dropping here is not being reported at all in the mainstream media. Is it because there's some type of hold on the doing it? My name doesn't get in print at all, and I'm not saying I want it to glorify, but I want people to know what's going on. And if there's some sort of corrupt hold stopping this by some corrupt FISA court or something, well, then we need to know, and we need to make it explicit to Congress that doing such things is not right, because it's harming people, it's harming our democracy, and it needs to stop. So I'm saying, with that last piece of information about the brainwaves, it sounds crazy, and call me conspiracy theory if you want, but this is what I learned in my travels, and I'm telling the folks now, and I'm demanding, hopefully, that this lockout from mainstream media that's been placed upon me end, and then now it's not right. And I noticed that when I was doing the pop the locks advocacy, that they wouldn't touch that, and they end up being racist news organizations because of that. Because all I'm trying to do is say, hey, if you're an elderly, mostly African American inmate, and we federalize the state prisons, then one president can issue the proper paperwork, pardon or whatever paperwork, so that we can begin to release and begin to end mass incarceration by stop the over sentencing. We have no need to be holding these elderly people until they die. They've learned their lesson. They're not going to harm anybody. Let's show some compassion or whatever it takes to end mass incarceration. It's the wrong way of doing things. It's animalistic, it's primitive, and it instills in the people a type of fascist thinking, torture-like, that it ends up drilling down into all their decision processes, and it warps people, and it's bad for us. And we need to get away from that as a population, I believe, if we're going to be healthy and have a democracy that actually works and doesn't go down this road again. So thank you, my friends, for considering that. I'm Ed Ryan.